Do you feel weighed down? Or do you feel like hindered in any way? Do you feel like something's slowing you up? Something's like blocking you from just either becoming who God called you to be, or just becoming better, or just being better? Check this out. So Hebrews 12:1, right? I'm gonna read verses 1 through 2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which so clings closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of God. Now, the Amplified version says, lay aside every unnecessary weight. So it's not that we don't have weight to carry, it's that a lot of us have unnecessary weight to carry. And I'm gonna give you context, and I'm gonna make it personal. I'm gonna expose myself or tell on myself so that nobody else has to. But so, I'm overweight. I've been overweight for most of my life, and especially most of my adult life. I've had an unhealthy relationship with food ever since I've been born. So, and I just need to. I want to be here. You know what I mean? So, part of my unnecessary weight is me being overweight, and I do need to make significant changes in my diet and in my lifestyle, and really, to be honest, that unhealthy relationship was because I had abandonment issues because my dad wasn't around, and that'll be another story for another day. But it does tie back. It does tie to that. So, also, because of that, I've allowed worry, fear. I've allowed people pleasing to become an unnecessary weight. I've allowed the fear of man to become an unnecessary weight. I've allowed others to speak for me throughout my adult life to be an unnecessary weight that unfortunately I allowed them to carry, and not me hold my own weight and speaking up when I need to, and being a voice for my own self when I need to be. So alongside that, and yes, as followers, yes, we have sins that want to trip us up, and we have to crucify our flesh on a daily basis. We have to die daily. This is a daily walk. It is more than just going to church, you know what I'm saying, lifting hands, raising, listening to a sermon. But what about the day-to-day? What about Monday through Saturday? You know? So we gotta walk with Yeshua Monday through Saturday. In our day-to-day, we have to, you know what I'm saying? So we have to lay aside these things. And if there's a thing that's hindering you, we got to lay it aside. But that's where the Holy Spirit helps us. That's where the Holy Spirit comes in and helps. That's what us following Jesus, because I believe that the Holy Spirit, as we are temples of the Holy Spirit, and especially when it comes to our diet and our habits to change. And I started going back to the gym like mid-summer last year, and then I fell off. And I literally just went to the gym this morning. So I'm trying to get back consistent, and I'm trying to keep it pushing because I want to be healthy. I want to live as long as I possibly can, or as long as the Lord will allow me to live. And I think we also need to take better care of ourselves. And I think that unnecessary weight, which I just thank God for the Amplified version, there's a lot of unnecessary weight that we carry along with us being overweight. And I think just for me, with that, the weight of fear or low self-esteem, I struggle with low self-esteem, lack of confidence, lack of speaking for myself, lack of self-respect, being a doormat, just allowing people to just take advantage and manipulate me and use me. And, and so whoever this is for, because I believe by the grace of God that this is for somebody. So, take time to really allow the Holy Spirit to show you what those unnecessary weights are, because your unnecessary weights may not be my unnecessary weight, you know. And even the unnecessary weight and sin, allow the Holy Spirit to just deal with you on what those unnecessary weights are and what, you know, those sins are, and allow the Holy Spirit to prune, allow the Holy Spirit to, you know what I'm saying, cultivate that fight in you, because we're worth fighting. We're worth fighting for. Christ died for us, and as verse 2 said, looking to Jesus, who is the founder and perfecter of our faith, who the joy that was set before him endured the cross. He endured the cross so that we could lay aside our unnecessary weight. He endured the cross. He carried his cross so that we could carry our cross on this side of heaven. So, and despising the shame. If shame is your unnecessary weight, if you feel shame for your upbringing, your past, things that you struggle with, like I struggle with porn and masturbation, I struggle with lust, I struggle with pride, I struggle with Napoleon complex. I'm short, so you know, that's, like I said, that's another story for another day. But yeah, like Jesus is our anchor. He is our anchor in us helping us lay aside our unnecessary weight. And also, but we have weight we also have, I believe, if there's unnecessary weight, then there's good weight, there's healthy weight, there's healthy weight that we carry. And you may be watching this and you may be skinny as all get out. There may be unnecessary weight that you're carrying, even though you maybe, you know what I'm saying, may not be as husky as I am, or, you know, but, and, you know, it's really, you know what I'm saying, us leaning into, looking unto, fixing our eyes on Jesus, who's at the right hand of God, wanting to help us, wanting to be there for us, desiring for us to be in the best place possible. So I say all that to say, you know, we can do this because we have our help. We have access to Jesus. We have access to the Holy Spirit who's living on the inside of us. And if I'm gonna be honest, he will convict us, because a lot of people don't talk about like gluttony and eating habits and things like that. There are people that are talking about it, but it's not enough. And I think, you know what I'm saying, even as me, you know what I'm saying, making this video, this is really a really it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but that I know that for me, that unnecessary weight is multifold, not just me being overweight, but like I stated earlier, anxiety. Sometimes I wrestled with anxiety attacks. I would wake up in the middle of the night and just have an anxiety attack. So there's been moments in my life where I've just been anxious and nervous and being afraid to speak in front of people or to voice my opinion. And like I said, that's another story for another day too. So I could be on here all day talking about this, but I say all that to say, we can lay aside our unnecessary weight, and the Holy Spirit is there to help. And Jesus died on the cross for us. He died so that we can lay aside our unnecessary weight and sin, which would try to cling so closely to us. So, love you, and grace and peace.